My goodness, people, am I ever dragging it this week? Um, a couple interesting things going on. Got some good comments on the video yesterday about what the channel should have been. The reason being, I'm fixing to launch a new channel once the whole Lambdog year of Lambdog experience is gone, and I'm going to be just concentrating on adventure in the outdoors. And you'll find it. You'll find the channel if that's what you're into. I think one of the I wouldn't really say mistakes of this channel, but I think the thing that costs me subscribers, and if you look at my popular videos, I'm not a I'm not a focused channel. This is a personal vlog channel, and a good percentage of my content is me responding to two friends and carrying on a conversation, and it's left this mystical, gargantuan body of work that is is interesting to say the least. It's big enough to where it doesn't allow the certain functions of Google to work correctly whenever you're trying to figure out oldest to newest and shit like that. But top comment from yesterday was from Red Tony, a person I've got a lot of respect for, and he hadn't he hadn't commented for a while, and I was a little bit worried about you. And I'm glad that you do comment. Um, it's interesting the people like Red Tony and Cosmo and the you almost develop a no you do develop a reputation amongst the community of producers as good as people who make a video. Of course, both y'all have videos up, but you had said my trading videos were a little bit vague, and that they they don't make sense. Well, you didn't say that, but that's kind of the gist of what I got. That I could be a little bit more clear. Um, I can do that, I think, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to be like hidden or snarky or anything else. I just don't want anybody to shadow what I'm trying to do. I really feel strongly about it because me myself, I oh my gosh, do I ever? I was so bad, and I wasn't even realizing I was doing it, and I was shadowing Errol on trading, and even while talking about shadowing, it was the most bizarrest effect. And here I am, a person that knows certain aspects of trading and stuff like that, and here I am duplicating somebody else's book, and it really it really can't work. You know, as it pertains to these markets and everything, there are just so many moving parts that if you're not the genesis of the plan, those situations where you have to think on your feet, you will stumble. I mean, not you, but I certainly did. So it became more difficult for me to share because I don't have as broad or as inclusive view of what it takes to trade or what it takes to successfully only work in finance from home. What's interesting is I slowly but surely, where I'm at right now, got back to where I was before, where you have this more or less a fixed income account, which is a book that pays you dividends. So that's your actual income. So you're not actually trading for active money. You're not trying to trade to make a living. And I ended up back at that place because I wasn't sure, looking at the numbers, looking at the metrics, um, at what point am I making enough to stay at home? And Robbie G has been very helpful with the hey, listen, you run a live book for a year or two where you're showing profit, and you'll get a job. Um, that's I don't know. I mean, even looking at those numbers, when you look at those percentages, um, I'm not particularly interested in moving sideways. So then, guys are talking about compounding interest and things like that. I mean, I'm almost 40 years old. So, how many more work years do I truly have? And I'm looking to make quite a bit more money. The type of money that the market should be able to allow. Um, I don't know. Again, that's a bit of a tangent, and it doesn't really make sense, other than the fact of growth and building a fixed income portfolio is all well and good. But to be brutally honest, I ended up pulling when I went back to when I dropped trading for a while. I pulled all the money out of my fixed income. I sold off my stocks, pulled a great deal, to the point now where I've got, no lie, I've got $57 in my fixed income uh, broker. And so I searched and, like, oh, what's the best uh, fixed income dividend yielding stocks for 2014, right? Well, here's the thing. If if I put in if I'm building a fixed income portfolio, you know what amount of shares do I need to purchase where less commission and less drawdown does the yield actually pay for itself? Okay. I can't I can't put in a I can't buy a $57 share with a $6 or seven, let's just call it a $7 commission. It's going to be a long time before 3% of $57 pays me back that $7 journey. You know what I'm saying? So there is there is no country for the small guy as it pertains to fixed income. And if what I'm doing is building a fixed income account, um, once it's built, once I can pay my bills with a fixed income account, why am I still trading? Why am I still back testing? Why am I putting in 16-hour days? It's where I was last time, and I had forgotten about that. There's a, I'm sure, and I'm gonna do it. You can sit down and figure out what level of share size you need to have in order for a fixed income share thing to work out. But I think those levels are much higher, much higher than the $500 that Dan is talking about with Sharp Trade. Um, it's going to be, and what I was doing before, it was like quarterly. Tony, you're a math guy, so it's simple numbers. I mean, if we're putting up stuff that's paying us 3%, if we're having to live off of a what can a fixed how much money? Okay, let me go back to zero. How much money does a fixed income portfolio need to have if it is yielding? Let's just say you really got that sucker pumped up and it's I don't know, 10%, which is insane for fixed income, right? Well, if you need to live off of 10% of a portfolio size, of a fixed dollar amounts size, 10%, I my wife and I, we burn through six figures a year, you know? So if I need to have that six figures, or if I want to have that six figures, or if I want to go deeper into six figures, and 10% yield needs to grant me those six figures. Come on, give me a break. Can't beat the math. Thanks for listening to the Daily Dose of Lamb Dog.